It's time for us to get into Forsberg's form. Forsberg, I have a feeling it's going to be all about Marcus Smart in this one.
Look, the good vibes were flowing. It felt like a receiving line, everybody coming up and tackling him.
All the hugs.
Here's the thing. Normally, if we do Marcus Smart in this segment, I got 4 goofy numbers about his defense. Pretty much everything today is about his offense and what a good teammate he is. And so we start there with 29.2, which is his assist percentage this season. So essentially 1 out of every 3 assists while he's on the floor is what he's generating. And this is a career high mark. It's actually 4% higher than his career best last season. 8% above his career average. And over the last 6 games, Smart has 56 assists versus only 9 turnovers. And in fact, that assist percentage, if you look at it, if you condense it just on this winning streak, 35.9. That'd be a top 10 number in the league. That's like up there with the Lucas and the other great point guards in the league. But Marcus Smart making good things happen.
It's like at the beginning of the season, Marcus Smart was pretty mellow, and then he kind of turned it up a couple of games into the regular season. I love this version of Marcus Smart. What's next?
It really is the best version of Marcus Smart, what we're seeing right now. And part of the reason it's the best version is because he's getting the Jays involved. This season, 64 is the number, and that's how many of Smart's 99 assists have been to the Jays. And that's 2 of the top 5 combos in the league. Him and Jason have teamed up on 33 buckets this season. That's the second highest in the league. And him and Jalen at 31, that's tied for 5th. Those assists include 27 finishes at the rim, as you see JT hanging on right there, and 25 three-pointers. The Jays are great.
Right.
Like, we know that they do. But they always need a little help too, right? So like having Marcus out there and being able to create for them just takes them to another level. So I know we put a lot of attention on them, but sometimes it's the guys who are giving the helper as well. So shout out to Marcus for making them the best versions of themselves.
It's really the perfect chemistry between Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum when they're out there on the court. All right, so what's coming in next?
All right, the next number is 1.29, and that's the points per play that Smart averages as the pick and roll ball handler. Okay, so what this means is every time he's coming off a pick and roll, and he either takes a shot or, you can also factor in his dishing here. But he's been really effective. He's top 3 in the NBA. The only people that have been better than that number are a guy named Giannis, who seems pretty good,
a little bit,
and Steph Curry, who also, just a couple MVPs in that mix. Everyone for over 2.5 plays finished per game. So I just feel like Marcus has elevated, not only as a playmaker, but a play finisher. I know people get obsessed about some missed 3-pointers and his propensity to take ill-timed shots. Well, last night he hit a big one, and he's showing that. Put him in a pick and roll with a screener. All that attention that the Jays are drawing, Marcus can take advantage of it. So credit to Marcus Smart. He's blossoming. I'm not ready to go offensive player of the year yet, to match that DPOY, but what he's doing out there is really helping the Celtics be the number 1 offense in the league.
I really love that point guard lower third right there because, you think about it last season, everyone was questioning whether or not he could play that position. He's showing it, and then some also this season. So what do you got last but not least?
Did you see our graphic last night? Did you see what it said for him?
No.
Him.
Him.
Just
him. That's it.
Him. Because that's who Marcus Smart is. The last number is 2. And that is how many love and trust we now have in the world. Because we heard this back in the day. Brad Stevens said, I think Marcus had a bad play or a bad stretch, a bad week, something like that. It might have got ejected. Who knows? But Brad Stevens said, we love and trust Marcus Smart. It's become a tagline. Every time Marcus does something, produces winning plays, it's love and trust. Well, during that walk-off interview last night, I kind of had to check my ears because I was talking about Peyton Pritchard. He goes, yeah, we love and trust Peyton Pritchard. And this is Marcus enabling a player who hasn't played a whole lot. You go in there, and not only did Marcus change it in the 4th quarter, but Peyton in the 3rd with Derek White really changed the energy of that game. This is what a good teammate does. They talk up guys who aren't playing, help them navigate that process. Marcus is the complete package. It's not just what he does on the court. It's not just the way this team takes on his spirit on the defensive end. It's being a good teammate. And so I just think that deserves a little bit of credit because as much as we get frustrated at times with what Marcus does, we always love and trust.
It's so crazy because when I heard that out of Marcus Smart's mouth last night, I was like, wait, is he talking about himself? I was like, oh, no, he's talking about Peyton Pritchard.